The GeekQuently Ask Questions. The guac is extra. For all the new listeners, all the new viewers, this is where we answer listener questions. You heard that right. GeekQuently Asked Questions. The guac is extra. You can be one of the few, the proud, the many to ask your question. Hit us up, contact at forallnerds.com, or hit us up on the Twitters, on the Instagrams with your questions at forallnerds. Ask away on the Patreons. We ain't even mentioned that address yet, so let's do that right now. Patreon.com/forallnerds, where you can support. And thank you to everyone who is in 2022. I promise you we gonna bring you some more exclusives over there. You know, promise you that somehow, some way. But right now,
they're coming. In fact, they're gonna be coming this week.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know it.
You got some free stuff coming your way.
They made drinks to drink. We drunk them, got drunk. Yes, but for now, let's get to these questions. Thank you to everyone who sent in their questions for this returning episode. And, let's get right to them. What do we have up tonight?
All right. The first guac question comes from Rod, from the Black Guy Who Tips. What up, Rob? Big fam for the fam.
Mm-hmm.
Rod writes, should the Batman be day and date on HBO Max or stay theater exclusive?
Lord have mercy. I wish it was HBO Max, fam. Oh my God. I'd have my feet up. I
super wish.
Roll up. Get some drink up in here. Oh, that'd be so, man.
Yeah. I mean, just from a sheer comfort perspective, yes. As Ben-Ami said, as a sheer, what's the other word when things are just easy? It's just
make it copacetic. I can never pronounce that one.
No, but of course you would make something so complex. But it's just from a sheer just ease standpoint, I would love for it to just be on HBO Max and call it a day. Of course, though, you're going to continuously get the screaming heads of, it's meant for theater. You need to see it on a screen. And here's my thing. I say that not to say that the theaters are not important. They are still important. I still think the theater going experience is important. I still think seeing, especially films that are shot for that and really utilize it, I still think seeing things in like IMAX is incredible. I still believe in that. So, I would love for it to be on HBO Max at the same day. It's staying theater exclusive. That's what they choose. Do know that you're going to exclude a good number of people. You're going to exclude people who, for physical health reasons, they cannot or will not go to the theater. For people who just, like I mentioned, just for comfort reasons, they're like, why am I going to the theater? I don't personally feel comfortable or, physically feel comfortable, whatever the case may be. And there's going to be a subset of people. Yes, millions of dollars worth of subset of people who just decides, fuck it, I'm going. I myself have gone to the theater several times in the last year. Have I gone as much as I had in the past? No, but yes, I have gone. And my thing is, that is the choice, or that's the chance you take. But that's because I have the privilege of taking chances. A lot of people don't. That's how I feel.
Yeah, just to quickly add on to that, I got super sick watching Spider-Man No Way Home at a credit screening because there was a dude coughing and sneezing down row from me. And that was like the first time in the last 2 years that I've gotten, I suspect that I probably had the Omicron or whatever because I was hammered.
Damn.
Yeah, so I'm good. Like, I think this is going to do well, but I don't think it's going to do Spider-Man numbers or near that type of shit. And so I will probably, even a credit screening, I really just, I'm going to have to wait on this one.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I saw Spider-Man, I saw Spider-Man in theaters, and like I said, because I had the privilege to take that chance. I didn't see it at a critics thing. I saw it with the general public, like everybody else, and thankfully I was good. I also had the mask on the entire time. So
I did too. Yeah,
and a lot of people in my theater happen to, but that doesn't, as you see, that doesn't necessarily stop things. So, and some people also don't care about others. So that's why I'm like, I just really despise when people are like, it must be seen in theaters, and how dare you see it on your big screen? Mind you, my big screen is like 70-inch. So what are you talking about? It's big enough, my guy. And sometimes it doesn't. Honestly, the fact is, let people view things the way that they can and want to. I think that is really the way to go. If you're gonna be hard headed about it, then whatever, be my guest. Because why? There's gonna still be millions of dollars in it. Whatever.
Next question.
Next question comes from Mena. What up, Mena? The podcast king. He writes, have you seen Archive 81 yet? I have no clue what that is.
So that's a no from you. I've seen the first episode. It's a series on Netflix. I somewhat enjoyed the first episode. Then I gave up. I heard it's weird and interesting and sci-fi.
What is it?
It's about this dude who gets recruited to decipher these tapes that were damaged in a fire in this hotel, and he starts having a weird connection to this woman in the tapes, and it's from the tapes from 1994, and he's in current time. And so it starts involving some time travel and some, as far as I know, like a coven and a cult and some other stuff. And so, yeah, it's, another series on Netflix. I think they're thinking about a second season right now, but
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's about all I can give you. And so there you go, Mena. That's what we got for that.
We'll move on to J Shep 831. They write, what's a cheat code that is stuck in your head? To this day, his cheat code that's stuck in his head is down, up, left, A, right, down, no Konami. I know the Konami code, up, down, left, right, B, A, start.
I think they were saying no Konami, and that's what there is. And I have no idea what that cheat code is that they did.
Me neither.
And beyond the Konami, I know nothing beyond like Street Fighter. I don't know if you call those cheat codes. I know pretty much every character on Street Fighter to this day, with no problem.
And I don't, and that's what's funny is I don't know the Konami code because I played it. I like that game. I know it because that's just geek pop culture,
up, down,
right?
down, left, right.
Yeah, it's just part of the code. At least if you are a millennial anyway, that's just part of the culture, and you just kind of learn it at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, I in the was it Super Mario 3? And I don't recall what board this is, but there's a board there's a white square in the middle of the sky, and if you duck on it long enough, it puts you behind the scene. You know how Super Mario games are 2D, right?
Yeah, I know it's
you're in front of the landscape. Well, this puts you behind the landscape, and then when you go to the end, you end up in the secret room with Toad, I think, and then you get the magical flute or some shit. Some shit go down. Some wild mushroom-induced shit go down, but it's not necessarily code as much as it is just an action.
Yeah.
But everything else, I don't really know codes like that. I just know like Easter eggs and things. If you go in certain places or areas in certain games, but
I think
I don't know any other
went
codes.
out with Game Shark and all that anyway. So after that, it became more Easter eggs. Oh, there's the Grand Theft Auto invincibility and all guns code, but I don't know that shit. So next question. Yeah.
Next one comes from SCLNGA. Sorry that I didn't pronounce it as a name. I'm just reading what I'm reading.
Yep.
When I was a kid, I saw a comic with Spider-Man fighting someone in a museum with a big whale hanging from the ceiling. I was amazed by this thing and didn't think it was real. I later found out where this was, the American Museum of Natural History, and finally visited as an adult. What New York spots would you like to see featured in the MCU?
Man, I'm from Houston. That always kills me when people think, I don't know.
Well, a lot of stuff has already been featured in the MCU.
Yeah.
New York itself, like the Avengers Tower is in New York. So,
I'd like to see more Brooklyn, I'd like to see Fulton and Nostrand. But I would also like to see everything out of New York. That's also my other thing about the Avengers, the MCU. Yeah. I'm not really one where it needs to be in New York. But if it is, Brooklyn.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's my answer. If it has to be New York, it has to be Brooklyn as a borough, as a record label, and as a team.
Yep. Beyond that,
next,
I'm good. Yeah, next question.
Next comes from Childress J. Happy New Year, fan family. Who would you cast to play Icon and Rocket in a live action film?
I'm never good at this. I'll still go with State Farm dude, even though I think, Blue.
Old as hell.
Yeah, he old as hell. I mean,
you mean the president?
Yeah, the president. Yeah, he definitely
yeah.
pushing. He can't.
And that's no disrespect. He's just.
I don't even know if he can do Blue Marvel anymore. Denzel.
Haven't we named people? Not Denzel. Why you keep going to these? You gotta go lower, like Jonathan Majors and lower.
But like Icon gotta be, very stately. Yeah, is the word. But also statuesque. So it's like, yeah, it's a tough one.
There aren't any. You can't think of any black men that fit that bill.
My man from Lupin, who I'm trying to cast and everything right now. Yeah. I mean, he big as hell and he can play, stately. I don't know if he can play Republican, but
Oof.
I mean, that's Icon. When you first meet Icon, that man is definitely all the way Clarence Thomas out.
Yikes.
All the way. Hardcore.
And then what about Rocket? I'm not sure which Rocket.
Oh, Rocket is his sidekick. So somebody, I don't know, man. Okay. I'm the worst at casting. Next question. Somebody dope. That's why I don't do this job, fam. Like, that's not my job.
Why? That's why you're not a casting director?
Fuck no. And that's why people don't understand how, like, that go back to recast T'Challa. Oh, they don't understand how difficult it is. They don't understand, like,
All right. The next one comes from Picture Me Roland. Welcome back. After we starved all 2020, Marvel made sure we ate good in 2021. They gave us 9 MCU projects, and I enjoyed every one of them. The reviews y'all have been doing on Views from the 616 have also made...
9 of them shits?
Hey, the reviews that y'all have been doing in Views from 616 have also made everything more enjoyable. And thank you. Thank you. You always been supporting us, always there with us. Picture Me Roland. So thank you for that. But they write, what order would you rank the 9 MCU movies and show us what it shows that we got in 2021? So what are the 9? Like,
I'm at 7.
Spider-Man Eternal.
Yeah.
Like, you got to go backwards, right?
Yeah. Spider-Man Eternals, Hawkeye,
and shows.
Yeah, Hawkeye. What If,
Loki,
WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Shang-Chi. Are we missing
one more?
Are we missing a show? Oh, Black Widow. Was that
Black Widow movie?
Was that 2021? 2020? I think
Black Widow movie?
I think so.
I feel like that was 2021.
Yeah, I think it was.
This year's been so damn long.
All right, well, we gonna say it is. That's 9. All right. Oh, that's tough.
Yep, 2021 Black Widow.
All right, that's damn near impossible for me to rank them really.
Okay, instead of ranking all 9, because that is too much,
do
you have a top 2 or even a top 3?
Loki is in there.
Show-wise, okay, let's break it down even further. What's maybe your number 1 show out of all the Disney Plus shows? So we're talking about WandaVision, Loki, What If, Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
Hawkeye,
Loki's number 1. Oh, but What If?
I know.
Ooh, but What If?
And then I really enjoyed Hawkeye. Can't lie, man. I really enjoyed Hawkeye.
What If?
And WandaVision was really ill, yo. Like, that was...
But I'm not... Now that everything's out, she's not getting top 1 for number 1 position. She's not getting pole position.
She might get 2, though, and she ain't number 1. Like, that's...
For me...
Top 2.
For me, though, she's getting the 3rd slot because number 1 and number 2 is a battle to me. Mm-hmm. Because I want to say What If because just... What if just the sheer imaginative expanse that show brought about? Like there's nothing like it. So that's why I'm like, God damn, that's just such a hard thing to beat. At the same time, Loki also did that and brought us He Who Remains. And when when that nigga showed up, I screamed, like jumped up and physically screamed. And I think I might have to put Loki number 1.
All right. I will, because I've read the What If comic book since I was a kid, What If wasn't like some revelatory thing to me. You know what I mean? It was like I'd seen that done so much. It was dope seeing it as a. Don't get me wrong, I love seeing it because What If is one of my favorite comics. But I knew the possibilities of that, and they lived up to it. WandaVision, I can't say other than shit like Legion, which is even iller, really, to me. You know, I've never seen something like WandaVision on TV. So that's why I put it maybe number 1 and then Loki number 2 and then, you know, I don't know, however they all fall out after that. Right. All them shits were fire. Eternals.
Now what about the film?
Eternals. Eternals and then...
I'm with you. But Shang-Chi.
But Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Well, sorry, Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man counts as 2021.
Yeah, so Spider-Man counts. Yeah.
So Spider-Man's number 1. Then I would...
Eternals.
See, 2, the second slot is a fight for me.
It ain't a fight for me. It's Eternals.
I might have to go with Eternals for number 2. And then Shang-Chi for number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Black Widow is still a dope movie, you know?
Yeah, it's fine, but we're doing top 3 right now.
Yeah,
so.
But yeah. and on some days I'll put Eternals above Spider-Man just because Eternals was really, you know, some ill shit to me. Like the Celestials and stuff like that is just like some of my, you know, core love of Marvel Universe. So to see the big red dot in the sky was like, you know, I'm good. You know,
that shit was fucking wild. Like, I'm still thinking about how fucking wild that shit. A whole nigga was born out the planet, and now he's just in the ocean. Okay, I'm sorry. We're just digressing back to when I was sitting there, mind blown, sitting next to Ben. I mean, like, what the fuck is happening?
I was loving it. All right,
no, I literally said, "Hey, yo, what the fuck?" But let's go to the next question. This one is from Patreon. This comes from Low Key Worldwide. They write, "Hey, I have a guac question. Back when video games didn't make me dizzy, I loved Halo. I'm cautiously excited about the new show, the Halo show. The most painful moment in that game was when the Pelican Echo 419 got shot down. It was piloted by Carol Fohammer Rawley. The character is obviously a black woman and shows up to help throughout the game. Anyway, that loss still hurts. What's your most painful video game memory?" Fun fact, Fohammer was voiced by Dr. Tanya Pettiford Waits, PhD. She's a professor of theater at Virginia Commonwealth University. Thanks for all you do, and it's always a joy to hear your voices. Oh, thank you, Loki.
Thank you.
Appreciate your questions. What's your most painful video game memory?
Actually, one of them is Halo, the Reach game. Like that game is rough, man. Like just everybody, your whole crew takes L's. And I didn't realize that till like about halfway through the game that was going to happen. But I will say it's been more in the last few years where I've really been playing games where I've been like hurt. And the 3 are God of War.
I was going to say that. Yep.
Yeah, there's a couple moments in that one, but the first one when you leave your son outside of this thing and then you go into this like different world and you're looking for your dead wife, and then you come out and your son is going through a really traumatic experience, and I was like damn near in tears. The first Spider-Man game for PS4, I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't played it yet, but it literally, I mean, I cried, you know. And then just last year, and the most surprising one for me, and then I was so happy to see it get the recognition, was the Guardians of the Galaxy game. Yo, I bawled. Like,
really?
Yes, bawled out, dog. I mean, you know, my mother passed, and you know, Peter is always dealing with things with his mother passing, and there's a lot of that in the game, and I bawled out. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, it won best storytelling at like you know, the game, one of the big gaming, you know, award shows, and I fully agree with it. It's like one of the best storytelling things that I've played in a long time. It's so good. Guardians of the Galaxy is an incredible game.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with you when you said God of War. That's the one I was thinking about.
Oh yeah, I bawled out.
That's tragic.
Boy, the whole Atreus and him, oh my God, their relationship has me, yeah.
Oh man. Okay. The next comes from Tom the Pale Boy, who is Tom the Fanboy. Tom the Fanboy be in the Twitch chats all the time. Thank you so much for your support, Tom.
Yep.
he has a couple things here, or three things here. You get to pick one person from the last 150 years, living or dead, to interview on the podcast. Who would it be? Octavia Butler.
Prince.
All right. What piece of media from the last 20 years do you show that? Oh, what piece of media from the last 20 years do you show that person for a discussion topic? Lovecraft Country. I would show that to Octavia Butler.
I might show that to Prince too.
All right. And what
That's a
would
good
that
one.
person's AKA be?
I'm not doing the disrespect like that.
I can't do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Octavia. I don't want to disrespect my elders, so I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
Even though I say that, and then one of my cases, Beretta Scott King.
Yeah.
But that's not that's neither here nor there. I don't have it, so we answered most of them. And the other part is, out of all the AKAs you all have used out of the show so far, what is your best AKA? What is your worst AKA?
I also know Prince loved comedy. I know he loved New Girl, so I might show him the Saved by the Bell remake because I'm fucking in love with that right now. And it's like the funniest thing I've seen. Okay. Or The Good Place. Oh my God, yeah.
The Good Place is a good one.
Yeah, especially because
for Prince.
Yeah, but man, I don't know. That'd be interesting. Yeah. What'd you say? What is your
best AKA out of all the AKAs you use? What do you believe is your best, and what do you believe is your worst?
I don't know. I think all mine are pretty good. Yeah.
I think all mine are good. Like the ones that
we leave
the worst. I never use them.
Yeah, we leave the bad ones out, dog. Trust.
Yeah. And Ben and I, we often like bounce the ideas to each other, like, yo, is this whack? And it's like, if we're not really feeling, or we'll try to like tweak it a bit. But yeah, and anything that we feel like is worse, we're probably not even including it. However, that to me seems like y'all think we have some worse ones. Yes. So I would love to hear what y'all think are our best and worst AKAs. Hit us up on the socials for all nerds. Next question.
Yep.
Comes from Riz at the Rizdun. Okay, this is three-part. Have either of y'all thought about having articles and reviews coming back for the main site? No! And there's a very easy reason why I said no so fast and so ridiculously. Because it requires staff. And staff require money. Now, of course, there are people out there who just want to do it for the love of the culture. That's amazing. Appreciate that. But articles also require editing. And I had, for years, had been editor-in-chief of the site, and I'm only one person, which means I had to sit there and edit. At the time, I think it was like 5-6 writers. I had to go there and edit and do scheduling and all this other stuff. And it's not easy. We talk about how much work goes into a podcast. Imagine trying to do that and run an article-based website. It's just not it. Yeah. So, 2, once the show gets partnered on Twitch, is there any possibility y'all will start a team of affiliated streamers?
Why not?
Why not?
We would do that right now. We already have that now.
Right. We already have a couple people on there.
And actually, Rizdon was helping me with my stream. So if you're interested in, like joining us as a affiliate or whatever, hit us up. We're always looking for people to stream on our channel or for us to host their channel, and vice versa. Right.
And 3, is Riz Al Ghul a good AKA, or do I need to think a little more?
Keep working.
You know what? It's not a bad AKA, but people have to know you, right? Like and this is I'll give y'all a little tidbit. The trick to AKAs is generally speaking, anyone can understand it or get it.
Yes.
They don't have to necessarily be specialized in that, comic or anime or whatever it's based on. Obviously that makes it much easier and it makes it much more funny or whatever, but if it's more universal, the better you are with it. And unless you're like, some super famous person, I don't think people would even understand what the Riz part even means.
Yeah, so. Versus Roz. That's a problem.
Yeah. And even Rosh or Ray Shagul, depending on how you want to pronounce it, that's not really super mainstream either.
No.
I mean, you haven't seen him technically since Nolan's Batman. So if you're talking about live action things like the mainstream would see. So, yeah. It'll probably work like just as a Twitter name because there's,
there you go.
I'm sure everyone who follows you and people you follow understand that. So it's fine.
Yep.
Okay. We just have a few more to go. Cecilia, they, Chaotic Rambler. What are your biggest goals for this year as podcasters? Or if you had an unlimited budget, what new craft or skill would you take up trying to learn for fun? Our biggest goals is to win and expand the team and come up with a new format that makes a lot of sense and makes you all happy.
And also to get paid.
And to get paid.
Yeah. Paid in full.
And if you had an unlimited budget, what new craft or skill would you try to take up to learn for fun? What would you take up, Ben?
I want to work on making beats and playing piano.
I want to work on. I mean, I could do that now. I just don't. I'm not balancing it right. But I would like to finish learning how to DJ.
There you go.
Yeah.
I would too.
See,
I would like to finish learning how to DJ.
I gotta finish learning.
I would like to finish learning myself.
And when I say finish learning, clearly there's no end to learning. It's just like the basics. I gotta get that down first.
Yeah. So do I sometimes. So fuck it.
But and also producing music. That's gonna happen because I've always wanted to produce music.
Yep.
All right. Philip Winslow writes, "I need your thoughts on Yellow Jackets, one of the year's best genre series."
I ain't
watch it, fam.
I couldn't finish the first episode. And Philip, I love you, but no, it's not that it was bad. I just lost interest. It's actually very good. There were some things that made me laugh, etc. It tried a lot of mix and genres. I wouldn't consider it genre. Like, I mean, I get it's a genre, but like when I think genre, I think, at least in terms of for all nerds, I think sci-fi, fantasy, comic, it's more like white people killing each other for the most part. I think there's one black girl. Yeah, but certain things are two things. One, when people say need from us, I know they love us and all that, but my anxiety goes through the roof. Two, we don't see everything, and certain things I don't really care for because I'm just like darkness. I don't need to see, as we were discussing earlier with the Batman. And I watched about half of the pilot, and I was like, "Yo, this is dark," and there was some dark shit happening in the pilot. I'm like, "All right, I'm good." So that's pretty much my feelings on it.
Darkness
is
spreading. All right.
Next question.
And the last question comes from Maze.
Yes.
It's been too long since you've been gone. All right. What's
that's
good,
my
fam?
Jam. Yeah.
That shit still goes so hard.
Yes.
Tuesday. What's good, fam? Or should I say Aunt Tati and Uncle Ben? I'm scared to call you Uncle Ben because of the connotations of Uncle Ben.
I've also been Uncle Ben for a long time. Shout out Maze, but I've been that.
Glad y'all are back for 2K22. Baby Juju loves you. That is Maze's new baby. Hi, baby Juju. Is Maze, aka Ja Rule. Maze, come on, man. AKA
is that like a Euphoria reference?
I think so.
Oof. That is ass, dog.
I'm so happy that we're back here. We're back in this space where Ben goes in on Maze's AKAs.
Oh, man. I ain't even watched the new season, and now I don't even want to.
Then you're going to hate the next one. Big Daddy Maze. AKA.
Well, I don't get it. Like Big Daddy Kane? Or, I mean, because now you're a daddy?
Because he's a big daddy. But
all right. I mean.
Next one, Chew Block.
This man been having too many late nights with this teenagers. He definitely ain't been working on these AKAs.
The last two, the first one, I think we've heard of both of these and they're good. Easy Ewok.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And Bruce Wayans.
That's not good.
As in the Wayans brothers. He said that's not good. It's not terrible.
Yeah, but it's not good.
Well,
yeah.
Hope everyone is doing well. I got a couple of questions. One, happy Black History Month. I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all.
I'm black, y'all.
I said that, not Maze. I just want to throw that in there because he put up the emoji fist. But anyway, With that said, can you remember what was the first thing you were ever taught about our history, whether it was inside or outside of school? Let me answer that real quick. Everything I learned about Black history, I learned outside of school, and largely when I was older than when I should have been taught it in the first place.
I think it was for me being called nigger for the first time is when that's when I started learning about it. That's when I was like,
that'll do it.
Yeah, because I was like, oh wait, there's a difference.
Or going inside a toy store with your little brother, like being like 7 and 4 at the time, respectively, and just being followed in the store.
Oof.
Or maybe we're a little bit older, but still just being followed in the store and like, why the white man following me, mommy? We weren't doing anything.
Oh well. Yeah. I see. Nigger came around like 10 or 9, I think. I caught my first L when a teacher kicked me out of like the AP English. You know, like the advanced placement English. And
why did you got kicked out?
because I was black. You know, was my feeling on it because
I mean, I don't mean to laugh at it, but the way you said, because I was black.
I was clearly like, you know, advanced placement English. You know, I was reading and writing at a superior level to all these other kids, especially the rest of these white boys in that shit. And they booted me out, and I was like, oh no, y'all ain't even half of my level. And that was like the first time when I was like, oh wait, I'm black and I get it, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the last part of the question.
This is elementary school for the record. You know?
Elementary school. Okay. I'm about to say, well, damn. Also, when it comes to views from the 616, would you ever consider doing a full films?
Yeah. Would we ever consider ranking? You know, like doing a special where we ranked all of them joints. I mean,
of all of the Infinity Saga.
Maybe. Yeah. That's an idea.
I'll ask the question later. Okay, I was just like, what? What do you mean by not get it? Okay.
Yeah, I mean...
Fine.
You say what?
When he says Infinity Saga, what is he referring to? Not just those two...
Oh, no, that's what they're calling it now. That's what Marvel's official name for everything leading up to the Infinity War and Endgame is the Infinity Saga.
That's the memo I missed. Okay.
Yeah, you missed that one. Yeah, that's how they're... Like, you can buy the DVD set, the Infinity Saga, with everything in it now.
Y'all still buying DVDs? Okay.
Yo,
physical media will never die.
Yo, your boy Maze right there. You just slandered him. You don't even know it. That
I didn't mean to slander you. No, I'm just saying
that man.
Well, no, physical media will never die. I love real books too. So.
I love real books and vinyl behind me. You know, of all that, but I never got.
I don't have DVDs.
Yeah, I never got that one. I
don't have DVDs, bro. Like,
they're digital at that point. You know, it's like it doesn't. You know, it's like having a CD to me. It's like
streaming, my guy, streaming. But also, I know like there is the and they're not wrong. Like the subset of people who are like, well, they want the physical media because then they have true ownership over the thing. Like if you streaming absolutely everything, then all you gotta do is pull the plug and you no longer have access. I get it, but
there's sites for that. You know.
quote sites, wink sites, right? Okay. Just a disclaimer: For All Nerds did not condone piracy or anything.
No, I said sites. You pay for some of them.
Moving on. Thank you, everyone, for your guac questions. If you have questions for us, Benjamin and myself, be it about geek culture, pop culture, or anything in between, hit us up at contact@forallnerds.com. That's through the email. If you want some privacy or you have a relatively longer question. Otherwise, you're going to hit us up on the socials at For All Nerds, and on Patreon. You can also anytime ask us questions there. Patreon.com/forallnerds. Again,